Intro music fades in. Alright, let's talk about a story that sounds like a political chess match wrapped in an economics lecture. Imagine a governor publicly slamming the president's tax plan, during a national crisis no less. Then months later, not only does the president listen, but the state's budget triples. What's going on here? Stick around, because this isn't just about taxes. It's about power, pragmatism, and the messy reality of governing a country where inflation hits harder than a Nigerian sun. So, Governor Abdullahi Sule from Nasarawa State went viral in policy circles for calling out President Tinubu's original VAT plan. On paper, raising taxes from 7.5% to 10% sounds like a fiscal fix. But here's the kicker. They proposed this when inflation was already at 30%. Let me put that in layman's terms. Everyday Nigerians were already struggling to afford rice and fuel, and the government wanted to slap a bigger tax on everything they buy. In my opinion, this wasn't just tone deaf, it was a math problem waiting to explode. Sule recognized that. He didn't just whisper his concerns in a closed-door meeting, he criticized openly. And honestly, that takes guts. Politicians don't usually bite the hand that feeds them, especially when both are from the same party. Now, here's the twist. Tinubu listened. He revised the tax bill, and suddenly Nasarawa's monthly federal allocation jumped from N4.5 billion to N16 billion. Wait, how does that connect? Let me unpack this. The president removed fuel subsidies, a move that freed up cash previously burned on propping up gas prices. But here's the irony. Sule's criticism of the VAT hike was about protecting ordinary people, while the subsidy removal, well, that's the same ordinary people's pain point. This isn't hypocrisy, it's a masterclass in political balancing acts. Tinubu took the bullet of public backlash on subsidies to fund state projects, while Sule blocked a tax hike that would have compounded the hurt. It's like watching two chess players sacrifice pawns to protect the king. But let's zoom out. What's really fascinating here is the philosophy Sule keeps referencing: honest engagement over blind loyalty. He's basically saying, we're not here to clap for the president when he messes up. And this matters, because Nigerian politics has long rewarded sycophancy. By pushing back, Sule isn't just defending his constituents, he's redefining what accountability looks like. He's saying, your reforms, they need to work for real people, not just spreadsheets. And honestly, more leaders should steal this playbook. Imagine if every governor called out bad policies, instead of nodding along for fear of losing federal favor. The entire system could shift. Now, the skeptics are already asking, is this just political theater? A staged drama to make Tinubu look like a listener? Maybe. But the numbers don't lie. Nasarawa's spending on infrastructure without debt. That's real. The lithium plant. That's real. And the vocational centers training 12,000 people. Also real. This isn't just about ideology, it's about results. Sule's gamble paid off, because he tied his criticism to concrete alternatives. He didn't just say no, he showed how revised policies could work better. That's the difference between protest and statecraft. Here's the deeper question though, can this model scale? Nigeria's federal system is a tangled web of competing interests. If one governor succeeds by pushing back, does that mean others should follow, or does it risk fracturing the administration? And what about the ordinary citizens? They are still dealing with inflation, subsidy removal, and rising costs. Sule's actions might have prevented a worse crisis, but the root issues, corruption, economic diversification, wealth inequality, remain. This whole saga feels like a band-aid on a broken bone. Necessary? Yes. Permanent fix? Not quite. Let me leave you with this. Sule's story is a case study in leadership. It's messy, it's risky, and it requires leaders who understand that loyalty isn't blind obedience. It's the courage to say, Mr. President, you're wrong when the data and the people demand it. The bigger picture. Nigeria's survival depends on more of these uncomfortable conversations. So, what do you think? Is Sule setting a new standard for accountability? Or is this just a temporary crack in the system's armor? Let me know in the comments. Outro music fades in.